Hi, it's me again, Chad Russler with handysharp.com, and I just did a presentation on the difference of sharpeners, and I just remembered that I wanted to show you how to sharpen a pair of scissors. So let's take a minute to get back to that, and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, we got an ordinary pair of scissors here. I use these around the kitchen regularly, cut packages and plastic with paper, whatever, kitchen scissors. Not high dollar, uh, but they work real well and they sharpen well, and I appreciate that. They're compact and that sort of thing. What I'm going to teach you here real quickly is the same principle that you can use to sharpen garden shears for out there cutting your bushes. Okay, same idea. And what I mean by that is this kind of type of tool, cutting instrument, is beveled on one side here, and then it's flat, typically on the inside of the blade. And even though the blade shapes are different, they're typically slightly beveled on one side and again flat on the other side, so you get that shearing ability. Okay, so to sharpen them, I like to just open them up good and wide so you don't get cut. You can see the bevel. Hopefully you can see that reflection a little bit as I move that around here. When you sharpen, you hold it in such a way that you can see that bevel angle so that you know what surface to be sharpening on. And so the sharpener, any of the sharpeners, you're going to take the edge or the corner of that carbide piece, tungsten carbide is the material. You lay that on the bevel here. You look for it, you hold it, and then you just want to be flat on that bevel as you go down that blade. Just start at the heel and off the tip, and if the tip's a little duller, you work a little bit more out on the end here. Nice, gentle passes from one end to the other. You want to be as flat on that bevel as you can. So simply, if you look for that reflection, a little hand-eye coordination, in other words, you look for the shine and you go down the blade. Oftentimes when your scissors haven't been sharpened for a while, they'll be not as bright and shiny as they become once you've sharpened them. So the advantage to that is if you can at least find the flat surface, lay your sharpener on it, and just concentrate on just going down the blade, you'll see rather quickly that it starts to get a little bit shinier, a little bit reflective when your sharpener is flat on that slope of the bevel. That gives you a little guidance and a little confidence for actually sharpening it at the correct angle. And so you'd sharpen that blade, you'd watch it get a little bit brighter and shinier across the whole width of it from one end to the other. Just, there's no magic number. Spend a little time on that surface of the blade. Then, once you've sharpened it, then just roll the scissor over and put the sharpener just flat as you can, basically, not face down, but just roll the sharpener forward. So it's like this. You're not teeter-tottering. If you're on the back of the blade, you're not doing anything to sharpen it. If you're doing that kind of an angle on the front of the blade and you go down it, you're going to chamfer that blade and dull it all over again. So let's not do that. So just kind of straddle the blade, be flat, and just give it enough passes that the sharpener runs rather smooth down that blade. As soon as it's smoothed out here, you're done with that blade. You come around, you find the bevel on the other side of that scissor, and you go down it the same way. You can hear that I got a little micro serration pattern on this particular blade versus the other one. This is more smooth. This has a little bit of a serrated pattern, so that's what you hear. Not a concern. In other words, you can sharpen micro serrated blades in this same concept here. But anyway, be flat on the bevel, go down the blade. It doesn't have to be smooth. It can be a serrated blade, and be going down this pattern or down this blade, or sharpen your scissors, or again, sharpen the bevel, be flat on the inside, enough passes to take the burr off. Usually you can hear almost a little suction sound when they're nice and flat and sharp rubbing together. If you've got an opportunity to tighten a screw, that is the hinge screw between the two of them, because your scissors have gotten real worn, you may find that even though you've gotten them good and sharp, they don't cut plastic like you'd like, so you could tighten up the screw and snug it up. But otherwise, you can put a good edge on that stuff, or on that item, in other words, and sharpen them right up. And you can, get some good thick material and be able to cut that. So that's what we're trying to accomplish. So again, my name is Chad Russler. handysharp.com. This is just kind of basic 101 scissor sharpening